Here's the 914 engine on the test stand, getting ready for its first startup after the rebuild. A few things I want to point out. I've put on a little hand throttle lever here that I can use to mimic the gas pedal. Down here, this is my control box. Got a power switch, that's this one, then my fuel pump, this one, and then my ignition, and then a start button. And down here on the gauges, I've got the tri-gauge that I made for the car. It's got the oil temperature up on this side and the oil pressure on this side, and the fuel gauge, which isn't hooked up here, and then a tachometer. So it's a spare tachometer. Hopefully it works. Over here on the side, this is the electromotive ignition module. It's got these little set dials here for setting the red line and the timing advance for initial, timing advance at 3000, and timing advance at 8000 RPM. It's got its coil packs that then go to the spark plugs. This is a little control module to amplify the signal for an old style tach. Modern cars do not need this. Older cars need this. I've got my gas can on the floor with the fuel pump right here above it, ready to suck gas out. This blue canister is just a catch can for any of the oil vapors coming out of either the head vents or else the oil fill vent there. My battery's here. I'm not running the alternator. The alternator's not being hooked up, so I'm going to keep it on a charger and keep the charger on while it's starting in case it needs extra juice for the ignition. On my test stand, I have put some outriggers out on the side to help stabilize it in case the engine torques wants to tip the test stand over. I have the engine strapped down to the test stand on the engine mounting brackets and also back here on the transmission, so it is attached very securely.
When do we start counting from what? 10?
10?
Sure.
10.
Okay, that's the fuel pump.
Okay.
All right.
7.
Ready? 10, 9, 8,